Mistake number 3. You see it in every course that's out there, every training. People put way too much emphasis, in my opinion, on BSR. So I'm going to ask you, though, when it comes to product selection, okay, we know there's multiple tools out there, multiple places you can go that can help somebody figure things out. But I tend to see this recurring issue where people are putting way too much emphasis on BSR to make their product selection decisions. It's always like the BSR's got to be this, it's got to be that. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, like you said, there are a lot of tools out there. I have some of my favorites that I use, but there are a lot of tools that will evaluate, and they all use BSR as the benchmark to actually do some sort of estimate on what this product sells per month or per day or whatever. But you got to be very, very careful on how those tools are getting that number, because you can be misled extremely easily. You really need to look at, if you're going to use BSR, you really need to look at it over an average period of time. Some tools out there will actually just show you like, this is what it's selling right now. And BSR can fluctuate wildly during the day if they're doing a promotion or whatever. And you can make some really bad, poor decisions if you're not careful. I mean, my product we talked about earlier, last year I did 1.2 million. I think my best selling product had an average BSR probably about 5,000. I don't shoot for the moon here, and I don't try to have these top 1,000 BSRs. Occasionally I might sneak in there at Christmas, something sells really well, or I do a promotion, but I really don't look for that. I don't really care what my BSR is. I only use it as a relative number to see, if say the sales are down one day. I log into Seller Central and say one day I usually do 5,000, let's say on this day, and today I'm only doing 3,000. I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? Is it seasonal? Is something wrong? So I looked and see if my BSR has fluctuated too much, because it's all relative to everybody else. And if I've had a huge drop, then I'm like, okay, Amazon just messed with the algorithm. They just did something, or maybe I got a bad review. That's how I use BSR. I don't really care where my BSR is. I care about what I sell. There's a lot of products that have BSRs of 5 or 10,000 that sell 10 or 20 a day and are very, very profitable. There's also something a lot of people forget when they're evaluating all these tools is outside factors. Someone that may actually have the BSR of 300, let's say, and is killing it, say in beauty, they have a beauty product, for example, and they're just killing it. And you're like, holy shit, you're looking at all these tools like, man, I can get a piece of that action. If I just had 10% of that, I could do well. But what you don't know is, are they influencing that outside of Amazon? So you have to be very, very careful with using BSR as the only as the main evaluator, because you have to also look at keyword demand. So when I see a product that's doing that well, when I'm evaluating it, I also look at the keyword demand. I do a reverse ASIN, and then I see what's the keyword estimated demand. If those two don't jive, if the keyword demand on this is like, say, 10,000 searches a month, when this guy's got a BSR of 300, he ain't getting that. He's either one of two things. He's not getting it off of that keyword, his sales. It's some other keyword. I need to figure it out and focus on that. Or he's doing outside promotion. He's got his own website, his own Facebook group, influencers. Maybe they got just featured on a TV show or something. There's something else at play, and you can't overlook that, because it can make a huge difference when you're evaluating products.
Yeah. And the other thing, and just to clarify, because I think some people get hung up on BSR, it can fluctuate wildly from day to day. So if you, Kevin, for example, or you're launching a product, you're going to give away a lot of products. You're going to discount them, or you're going to be promoting them like crazy for the first 7 days, 10 days. So your BSR is going to be spiked. And if somebody actually is using a tool and happens to run across your product at that time, and they look and they're going to see, holy crap, this guy is, selling 200 units a day on this product. And then right after that, when you stop your promotions, you were doing that for ranking of keywords. You drop down to a normal, let's say 30 or 40 units a day. They're basing their numbers off of this tool, which was looking at that specific date. Mm-hmm. So, and like you said, some tools will just take whatever the BSR is of that exact date and then multiply that over the month. And other tools will look at averages if they've been tracking that particular ASIN. So. Yeah,
you got to be very careful. This business is all about numbers. I mean, the successful sellers on Amazon that are killing it, it's all about analyzing numbers, using tools to analyze numbers and spot opportunities. That's the name of the game on Amazon. It's statistical analysis.
Yeah, cool. All right. Mistake number 2.
For more information, insider tools, and to get the resources mentioned in this episode, visit AMPM PODCAST.com.